Trump seeming pretty much unrattled. And in fact, if you haven't checked in with him in his public appearances over the last 2 years, you may have noticed he seemed a lot looser, really, than he did when last we saw him in January of 2021, in case you haven't been following it.
There's Tucker Carlson in full scramble mode last night, coming out of Donald Trump's lethargic, vindictive speech, desperately pretending Trump was looser than the last time we saw him in January 2021. Now, of course, we know from internal emails that Tucker is terrified his audience will abandon him for Newsmax if he says anything less than fawning about the criminal defendant ex-president. This is why the Fox News channel is in so much trouble right now. It's why a Delaware judge not only allowed Dominion's $1.6 billion lawsuit to go to trial later this month, but explicitly ruled that statements Fox hosts and guests said about Dominion were false. Quoting from the judge's opinion, the evidence developed in the civil proceeding demonstrates that it is crystal clear that none of the statements relating to Dominion about the 2020 election are true. The judge even emphasized that word, crystal, in his ruling. Today, that same judge said he would compel Fox Corp executives Rupert Murdoch and Lachlan Murdoch to testify live. Plus, Fox's attorneys agreed to let hosts Tucker, Maria Bartiromo, Lou Dobbs, Jeanine Pirro, and Sean Hannity testify live as well. There's a lot they have to answer for, but one of the things I am most fascinated by is their commitment over at Fox to booking one specific guest. Mike Lindell, the pillow guy, is a major advertiser on Fox News, especially Tucker's show, which has hemorrhaged more respectable advertisers due to the host's habit of promoting white nationalist talking points. We counted one night alone last week, Lindell ran 3 ads during Tucker's 1-hour program. It was always kind of clear Lindell was maybe keeping Tucker's show afloat, but now we have proof. You see, in addition to being the pillow guy, Lindell is also a MAGA conspiracy enthusiast who regularly promotes the most outlandish and possibly defamatory version of Trump's big lie of a stolen election. Now, that creates kind of a problematic incentive structure for a show that needs his advertising bucks. Thanks to Dominion, their lawsuit, which is currently suing Fox for defamation, in part due to claims that Lindell himself made, we know exactly how Tucker's producers handled that thorny question behind the scenes. On the afternoon of January 26, 2021, well after the insurrection, after Biden's inauguration, Tucker's show decided to have Lindell on. They were hoping to frame the segment around his recent Twitter ban. A booking producer messaged the team, quote, "Good morning, all. Mike Lindell was pitched last night for stores having pulled his product, and Tucker approved it. I see the news this morning that his Twitter has been suspended. I just wanted to flag all this because is he someone we want to have on?" About 30 seconds later, she sent a parenthetical follow-up, quote, "Lindell seems to have really gone off the deep end." About a minute later, another producer responded, quote, "He's definitely crazy, but this will be a big story today. They're trying to completely shut the guy down." Yeah, why would they be trying to shut the guy down? The next hour, an unknown producer then responds, quote, "I'm going to have a conversation with Raj in the next few minutes." Presumably that's Raj Shah, senior vice president at Fox. "I'll take the temperature there, but for the time being, we should put the brakes on it." That, dear viewer, is the end of the story. They put the brakes on booking the Pillow Man, and no, of course, they put him on TV anyway. Because later that afternoon, Tucker's senior producer responded, quote, "Copy. I know there's concern about Lindell being a conspiracy theorist now, but he has bailed us out loads of times when no one else would. I think there's a way we can concentrate on cancel culture rather than his wild claims." Before adding, quote, "And he's also been moving to Newsmax lately. Might be a good business move to signal we won't desert him." That booker, who initiated the conversation, then chimed back in to add, quote, "Yeah, I do see the point that more exposure of him also means more people dropping him potentially. And if no one is buying him, he loses money to be able to advertise with us, and then we lose our biggest advertiser." The booking producer desperately trying to save Mike Lindell's pillow business from Mike Lindell. About an hour later, one more producer chimes in with some frankly reasonable concerns. Quote, "Mike Lindell is crazy and about to get sued by Dominion. WTF is he going to say on our air?" You know what, producer? Great question. What is Lindell going to say? Well, you see, we've got the answer to that question because Tucker did book Lindell, did claim the interview would be focused on cancel culture, but Mike Pillow had other ideas.
Of course, you will likely recognize our next guest. His name is Mike Lindell. He runs MyPillow. He advertises every night on this show and across Fox News. He's one of our biggest sponsors, and we are grateful for that. He is sponsoring free speech when he does it. But of course, the enforcers of orthodoxy are not impressed. They're enraged. For the crime of having different opinions, Mike Lindell has just been banned from Twitter. Several retailers have also stopped selling his products. That happened today.
All these outlets that have been calling me, from the Washington Post, New York Times, every outlet in the country, they go, Mike Lindell, there's no evidence and he's making fraudulent statements. No, I have the evidence. I dare people to put it on. I dare Dominion to sue me because then it would get out faster.
I dare Dominion to sue me, or maybe sue you, because it will get out faster. Honestly, this is just scratching the surface of everything we learned about the inner workings of Fox this week, but thanks to that Delaware judge, we will soon be learning a lot more.